Hello everyone and welcome to day 23 of your 30-day beginner mat Pilates challenge. My name is Kaylin and today we have a 15-minute core workout. This one is going to burn so good, so we're just going to jump straight on into it. Again, there's no equipment, so no worries about any of that. We are going to be starting in a few planks, so I just want to make sure our wrists are nice and warmed up. So from here, just go ahead and circle out the left wrist. And then we'll go ahead and reverse those circles. Place that hand down and just circle out the right wrist and reverse that as well. Let's take a second to just press our hands back. So you're going to turn your hands around so the palms are facing back towards you. And you're going to go ahead and set those hips on those heels, letting yourself get a nice big stretch in those wrists here. Being extra careful here because our wrists are sensitive. So maybe you lift up and down a little bit. Take whatever you need here. If you need to pause the video and take a little bit extra time, go ahead and do that as well. All right, let's go ahead and jump straight on into it. We're getting right on into it today. So from here, I want you guys to press yourselves into a full plank position. We're gonna take a second to just hold and find that center. So you're gonna pull the waist in, curl the tailbone down, squeeze those glutes. If you wanna modify this, you just walk those feet out so they're wider than your hips. If you wanna amplify this, you just walk those feet closer together. All right, we're holding here for just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now from here, you're gonna begin tapping your right elbow with your right hand and then tapping your other elbow with that right shoulder. So you're just doing little arm taps. I said that incorrectly, so you should just be doing oppositional taps here in that full plank. You guys got it. Keep on going. So the right hand touches the left shoulder. The left hand touches the right shoulder. Whew, yeah, you guys got this. English is hard this morning, apparently. Okay, we can do this. Trying to move those hips as little as possible. You're here for just 5. On each side, I know you have 4. This is 3. Last 2. And this is your last 1. All right, we're finishing here, holding that plank, and now I want you to just shift yourself slightly forward and shift yourself back. If that's too much, you can come into a modified plank and just shift yourself back and forth a tiny bit. But I want everyone to try and stay in that full plank. If you need to drop down and modify for a second, you can, but otherwise we continue here. This is where you finish the planks. You have just 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Good. Set those knees down and press yourself into a child's pose position. All right, so that body should be feeling nice and fiery. We're gonna bring it on to our back. I believe we've done their series of 5, or at least a variation of it already in these workouts, but I wanna give you guys the opportunity to see how much you've grown and changed and maybe got a little bit stronger. So we're gonna jump straight on into this series and we can also modify it a little bit. So from here, you're gonna go ahead and lift your head and shoulders up off of the mat. Both of your hands are gonna come onto this right shin. You're gonna extend the left leg out long. Hold here, and now you're just switching the legs and arms. Yes, you can, and keep going. So just switching and switching, keeping the head and shoulders lifted up high off of the mat. You guys got this. Breathing through this. Again, it's not about speed, it's more about control. If this starts to become too much at any point on your neck, just place those hands behind your head for a little bit more support. All right, you guys got this. You have last 2 on each side, and this is your last 1. Pull those knees into the chest, keeping the head and shoulders lifted. I know, keep them lifted. From here, you're gonna extend your legs out to a 45-degree as your arms reach overhead. So everything is going to extend out. You're gonna sweep the arms around to pull the knees back into the chest. Yes, you can. Extend out, pull everything in. Whew, extending and pulling everything in. You guys got this. You have just 5 more. If you're using those hands behind your head, you just move with those legs extending out and pulling back in. Yes, you can. Give me last 3. This is last 2. And this is your last 1. Amazing. The head and shoulders stay lifted. I know if you need to take a quick second to lower down, you can, but challenging yourself to stay lifted. From here, those legs both extend up high. You're gonna now take both of your hands to grab right up on that right ankle. If you don't have as much flexibility, you can be down on your right calf, wherever you need to. Now this left leg is gonna lower down. You're gonna pull this right knee in, or this right leg in for 2, and then you're gonna switch. So you're gonna pull, pull, and switch. Pull, pull, switch. Yes, you can. You guys got this. You're almost there. You're absolutely killing this. Stay in the work. Notice how you're getting stronger. That's already progress. You being here is amazing. All right. You have 2 more on each side. This is the last one. Those legs meet up at the top. Keep those hands now behind the back of your head if you're not already there. From here, you're gonna lower those legs down and lift them back up. We just have 6 of these. Yes, you can. That's 3. This is 2. Squeeze those legs together. If you need to modify it, your legs just don't go down as far. They just go a little bit and come back up. This is your last 1. Bend those knees into the chest. Keep the head and shoulders lifted. You can do it. From here, we're going to move into crisscrosses. So you're going to cross your right elbow towards your left knee as this right leg extends out long, pulling everything center, and then cross to the other side. You guys got this. Looking so incredibly good. Moving with control here. This again isn't about speed. All right. Can you lift the head and shoulders up a little bit higher, making sure you're pressing that spine into the mat? Yes, you can. You have last 2 on each side. This is where you finish this at. Ooh, bring those knees into the chest. Lower the head and shoulders all the way down. That was such a good little quick series that burns those lower abs very, very quickly. All right, you guys are almost done here, but not quite yet. From here, you're gonna extend those legs out long in front of you. The arms are gonna reach up to the ceiling. You're gonna flex those feet. And we're gonna do some roll-ups, again, working on that control of our core and of our body. So you're gonna roll yourself up to a seated position using as little momentum as possible, sitting up tall and allowing yourself to fall over those legs. Sitting up tall again. And here, I want you to really think about articulating that spine to slowly bring yourself back down onto the mat. Amazing. Let's keep going here. Imagining that these legs are super heavy and they're pressing you into the mat. They can't lift up off the mat, especially as we begin to lower back down. So think about, oh, my legs are so heavy. They're so heavy. They're glued to the ground. They're glued to the ground. And then you come all the way down. Keep going. Getting that little stretch at the top. It doesn't matter how many reps you do here. We're not counting. I may be counting. You don't need to count. You got it. We're going to do just 3 more. You can do it. If you end up going slower than me and can only do 2, that is also perfectly fine. Okay, this is gonna be your last one, so let's make it your best. Pulling yourself all the way up, reaching, getting that nice big stretch. And now everybody hold at the top here. Let's take an 8 count to come down. Don't beat me down there for 8, 7, really pulling the waist in, articulating that spine. Yes, you can. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. All right, I actually lied. You're gonna give me 1 roll up to a seated position, but you don't have to go back down. All right, now that we're here, you're gonna come onto your forearms. Those knees are gonna be bent with your heels close to your feet. We've also done some of these before, but continuing with that work. And again, taking note of where you feel yourself getting stronger so you just know for yourself that this is working. Let's bring those legs up to a tabletop position. From here, you're gonna extend the left leg out long, then it's gonna pull back in to meet the other leg in tabletop. So we're just extending and bringing it back in. You guys got this. Really working that lower core here. Making sure you're pulling that waist in the entire time. You have last 5, 4, last 3, last 2, and on your last one, hold that leg out. I want you to give me little circles for 5, 4, yes you can, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse those circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, pull that leg in. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side, making a point to keep your shoulders rolled down and the crown of your head long towards the ceiling. Let's jump straight on into it. So this right leg is now gonna extend long and then pull back to meet the left. Extending out, pulling in. You guys got this. You're stronger than you think. We're moving through a lot of movements this morning. Yes, you can. Here comes my dog, I think. Yep. You have last 6. Here she comes. For 5, she's going to get kicked a little bit. For 4, 3, last 2. You guys keep going. And on your last one, hold and give me those circles. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse the circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, pull those legs in. Take a second to set them down. We are almost done. You're almost out of here to go on with the rest of your day. I'm gonna skirt her over just a tad bit. Here you go, girlfriend. Stay right there. Okay, let's bring those legs back into tabletop position. From here, you're just gonna tap those toes down and lift them back up. Good, tapping and lifting. You guys got this. Maybe you also have a dog, maybe you have a kid. We're all in this together. Keep going. Just tapping and lifting. You guys got this. Pull that waist in. You're almost there. You guys are absolutely killing this. You have last 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Good, hold here. I want you to frog those legs out so just the toes are tapping, and you're gonna tap the toes down and lift them back up. So same tap, but just this time with those knees opened. All right, you guys got this. I'm laughing at my dog. Whew. Okay, we have last 5, 4, 3, last 2, and this is your last 1. Amazing. Close those knees together and set the legs all the way down. Amazing. You guys killed that. I feel like that absolutely flew by. Let's take a second, just open up those hip flexors. So just cross the knees so that they're figured forward, and then switch over to the other side. So you're just crossing and crossing. Taking a second to breathe here to cool down. We didn't do a super big warm up. So I feel like sometimes it's like, oh, why did that 15 minutes feel so killer? And it's like, oh, well, we didn't do a huge warm up. All right. Give me 1 more in each direction. And now let's just take a second to turn around. I want to make sure your core gets nice and stretched out before you get on out of here. So come down onto your stomach. You can place those forearms in front of you, bringing the gaze towards the wall in front of you. From here, if you have a little bit more flexibility, you can press into those palms to lift yourself up even higher. Breathing into this, letting that core get a nice big stretch. If it ever feels like too much, you just come back down onto those forearms. All right, now let's just go ahead and press ourselves into a child's pose position. Taking a few breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Let's take 1 more big inhale and exhale everything out. Amazing. Press yourself all the way back up. And you guys are done for today with this quick little workout. I hope you guys loved it. I hope your core is feeling a nice little burn. And we'll see you guys back here tomorrow with another workout, of course.